It's a time for Pick It From China.
Welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. In this video, we are going to take a close look at the super game SN-200. And for the people who are familiar to the channel, maybe think, hey, did you do a review about this? Yes, I did. Actually, this is the new model. They promise us improvement, and that's the reason I picked it up. These things are not very cheap, but still, I wanted to see what are they going to give us in the next round, now in 2021. On the packaging itself, it doesn't say a lot. It comes with an SD card that seems to be containing some extra firmware like the previous model, but they said this time we did a much better job. So that makes me really curious what we're going to get. So let's take a close look at it and let's see what are we going to get with the hardware. Very flimsy plastic. I must say they are creative with the boxes. They're ripping off other kind of products. Indeed, here we're going to get an SD card. The SD card seems to be something about 4 gigabytes. That's not going to be very special, because if you want to have a big collection of games stored, you need at least let's say 32 gigabytes or something like that. Deluxe toilet paper manual like always, with some explanations how you need to connect it. Yeah, we can figure that out. System itself, that we're also going to do a teardown. Here we're going to get a power supply, HDMI cable, because yeah, my friends, this bad boy finally got HDMI. For the people not familiar to the channel, there are so many of these bloody things out there, and not all of them have HDMI. Ooh, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Let's see how I can do a little bit of ribbon tearing and get them out of the freaking plastic. Oh, the controller. First, the important thing, the smell test. Oh, it smells kind of nice. But overall, we're going to get these really horrible clickies. Really horrible clicky shoulder buttons. ABX. Why hell? It's more like ABXY. No, AB. Oh man. The D-pad feels very sturdy. A little bit slippery. It's not like your typical Super Nintendo D-pad. We still got the rubbery select and start. Comes with a very long cable, but it has the old school NES connection. That is kind of strange. Okay, well let's take a close look at the system itself. Alright, my fellow gamers. This is not 16-bit power, it's 32-bit power. Yeah, now we're playing with real power, China power. But the question remains, how good is this bloody thing? Because the previous one was one big pile of shit. Seriously, it was so horrible, emulation was poor. Everything was like a freaking joke. On and off switch. Okay, that's kind of strange. Doesn't this reset go up? Oh, this time it goes down. Kind of weird. 2 ports. The original NES port. An LED for indication when it's powered on. Here we're going to put in the CF card. First time we're going to boot it up without the SD card. Then we're going to boot it up with the SD card inside. HDMI out. There is no AV out whatsoever. And of course we're going to do a teardown later on. Model number SN-XX. I'm guessing they're just reusing this piece of plastic. 5 volt, 5 milliamp is a minimum requirement of the power supply, and of course made in China. But let's connect it first and let's see what we're going to get. Alright, let's boot it up. And let's see what we're going to get, because I'm so curious. Let's see if this thing boots up very fast or if it's going to take forever. Look at that menu. Loading. Loading, loading. What the hell have they done with this? I can remember the previous model 2 Super NES lists, but this time we're going to get a homebrew list. Okay, these are knockoff 8-bit games that we're familiar with. This is Mappy. Oh, let's see what we're going to get. Okay, that's some weird freaky shit. Deflower. Okay. Why should you call a game Deflower? That's so weird. So weird in many ways. Let's must say that is a funny background tune. It's going to get stuck in your head. We're going to pinball game. So 99 games. A lot of knockoff games. Why I'm not surprised. Tank 99. Of course it's just a tank game with a different name. Okay, shall we try out this first and then we're going to add the SD card and just see what happens then. Okay, so let's try this Tank 1990. Oh, it even comes with a cheating menu. What kind of level you want to choose? And did it? Yeah, they did add the original soundtracks. Oh, by the way, the original game is a lot of fun. Can we reboot it? Select start. Okay, it goes back. I don't see any interesting games, to be honest. Lucky Ball, let's just try this. Oh, this is just awful. It's really awful. Oh, it's just basically a pinball game, but only they gives it a different color, playing field, and different icons. Yeah, I think we're ready to go on with the other SD card and just see what happens then. Alright, let's power it on. This time we added the SD card just to see what happens. We're still going to get the funny loading theme. Oh, look at that. We still got a really annoying sound, but this time we're going to get way more than 8-bit knockoff games. Okay, so let's see where we can like the quick menus. I don't know if this does anything. Does it boot up a game or... Oh, it just actually boot up the game. Okay, so when a game is booted up, fun fact is like we can have a quick load and quick save. Huh, interesting. Kind of basic. Can we freaking go to the main menu? Okay, so these are just some couple of games that they pre-installed. Or they're just linked to a file. Okay, so we're having MAME, Famicom, Super Famicom, Mega Drive and Game Boy Advance. So let's try some games and let's see how it's actually running on this. So every time I load up a game, it takes quite a long time to load up the files, especially with the MAME. There is no aspect ratio like always. Oh, of course, I'm going to get shot. The sound is just like it should be. Flame on, bitches. Slice and dice. Oh yeah, Rambo style. Okay, so let's try another one. I just wanted to test out the D-pad, how responsive it is. Okay, so all the buttons are mapped. Okay, all the buttons are mapped. But with this game, I still have this idea that it doesn't run like it should be. Okay, so the D-pad is pretty shit. No, I find the gameplay a little bit choppy when it comes to this. Come on, do this freaking move. Okay, so with this fake SNES Mini 32-bit game system... Ooh, that wasn't good. Can we play some actually a Super NES? Because with the previous model it was just one freaking nightmare. One hiccup? Okay. We can survive that. Ugh. Seriously, dude, I had a big input lag. I know for sure. No, I'm not shit. I'm not lying because I suck at this game. Because I wanted to try something, but this controller is just as horrible. See? Forgot about the stupid thing. Fuck off. Oh, by the way, before I forget, they completely messed up the controls because I only have a jump button and nothing seems to be working. So, in my opinion, Super NES, besides this input lag, is just unplayable. No, not this time. See, I can't get the freaking barrel. Okay, so this system can also play Mega Drive. Let's see how this thing runs the games. I can hear some interference. There's something seriously wrong with this thing. Like this crackling noise. But then overall the soundtrack is just like it should be. I was with the button layout. Oh, they didn't mess it up with the button layout with this system. Everything is here. Do we have screen tearing on this? Let's see. Okay, so let's see. This looks really horrible widescreen. Oh boy, man, seriously, there was something wrong with this freaking controller, but I touched the button and I got like a 2 or 3 second input delay. The soundtrack's all here, so let's speed it up. Come on! Sonic needs to go fast! Woo! Oh, so far so good. I don't know how it for you, my friends, but I want to know what's inside this machine. So, it is a big improvement when it comes to the previous model. The previous model was just a piece of crap. Seriously, that was so bad that I wanted to throw it out of the window. But this time they did improve a lot of things, like with the Magic SD card we have a menu. And that is something I personally never seen before with this. So let's grab myself a screwdriver. Okay, so when removing the 4 pockets we could open it up. But there were some interesting things in the inside. Yeah, there was not a lot of stuff inside because we're only having 2 PCBs. So the front PCB contains the on and off switch, the reset over here. I find it a quite interesting way how they assembled it. Yeah, this board comes from 2018, so this is just recycling, or they do some weird stuff. The only downside is we can't say what kind of chip it is because they basically sanded it off. So it's a little bit of a bummer. It would be great to know what kind of specs they're using inside this machine. Okay, if you flip the board open, you can see that we're going to get here an extra cable. I'm guessing they routed the system for the new functionalities, but another thing is quite interesting here, 2018. So also this board is 3 years old. So I wouldn't say the cake is a lie, but I think like they are using old tech, maybe the old SN-200. They're rerouting it and just putting some new firmware on it. They maybe seen some reviews here on YouTube, saying like it's just a really old crappy piece of software, and realizing they didn't improve it. Did they improve it? In my opinion, not really. There are some improvements here and there where I can play some more games, but when you're looking at Super NES that you didn't configure the controls, how can you mess it up? But let's put it back together and let's round this up. So guys, yeah, it's one disappointing experience, and the reason mainly is because this controller is really horrible. Super NES it was not really configured. The D-pad feels quite, let's say, sturdy. If I want to play some games like fighting games, it's just not acceptable. It's just freaking unplayable. Okay, so the system, now we can play more than Super NES. The Super NES, they messed that up with the controls. Already mentioned it over here with this a couple of times now. Cheap system. Did they improve something? Yeah, they added some new system, category system. But do you need to buy something like this for it? No, absolutely not. So the SN-200 in 2021, the new model, it's just a big pile of... I want to thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit that little bell, become one of the Wicked family. And I will see you in the next video.